simplified version of the components for the FISH DAO game. On the left here are the different components: blocks, address, balance of, etc. On the right here is the source code. And before we go into each one, let's look at the scripts. So the script here has three main functions. The first one is config. So the config here holds all of the configurations for the contract and the ABI. So the fish address, the token one, the commons address, which is the DAO, and the commons ABI and the fish ABI used to connect to the smart contract. Next, we have a subgraph, and the subgraph here is an example one deployed, used to get the state of the proposals. So on the right here, you can create your query. So for example, under proposals, I can create a bunch of queries, and these are the proposals submitted, and you can get more information here. So we're going to use that to get the state of the different proposals. Next is the provider. So this is how you connect to MetaMask or any wallet to interact with the smart contract. So the first page is index.html. This has block, address, balance of, etc., which is on the left here. So the first thing we're going to do is look at block. So I click on block, and it tells me to connect with MetaMask, and that logic is under get provider. So I click next, and I'm connected. And the current block for Rinkeby is this number. So to get that logic, you can go to block here, and this is how you get it. It's pulling every 5 seconds. Next, we have the address. So this is your current address. Mine is DD4. You can go on MetaMask and check it is DD4. So to check address, this is the logic. Next is balance of. So my balance of fish is 5 with a bunch of zeros, 3. This is in 10 to the power 18. So yeah, there's 18 decimal points. So keep in mind this 3. We'll change this to increase to another value. So the first thing we're going to do is delegate. So I've already delegated. If not, you have to delegate to make proposals and votes. So this functionality will enable you to make that vote. It's also over here, this logic here. Once delegated, we can propose. So before I do that, let me show you the steps involved. Under documentation, we're going to go through these steps. Delegate, propose, cast vote, execute, and then set proposal to then claim. So first thing is to propose. So I'm going to propose, let's see, 6 tokens. So this means anyone who votes can then take 6 tokens out of the pool. So I hit propose, and there should be a pop-up that says propose. You can check the data, and you can see the values target. This target here is to the token. The value is in ETH, and the call data is calling the set proposal function, and the value here is 6. So I want to create a proposal, hit confirm. This is the transaction hash, so I can check on Rinkeby. We'll give it a second to do that. In the meantime, we can look at the proposal logic. So on click, it'll propose, and it'll get the claim amount from the div, the input, sorry, get the description, and create the data. And then here is what has the MetaMask pop up to send the transaction, and then you get back the transaction hash. So now that it's created, I can go back and vote. So if I click vote, it'll list out all the different proposals I can vote on. So there's one right now, says vote for 6. And I can go and see the vote logic. And by clicking vote, it'll cast vote to that proposal ID. So you can check, I think it's listed here. Yeah, the proposal ID right here. So let's just say I vote for 6. Yes, I want to claim 6. I click vote. and you can check the data, make sure it's correct, and I hit confirm. Now that I'm voted, I should wait a few blocks to make sure the proposal is active. So I'm going to wait around 10 minutes. So I'll jump back in a bit. Now that the confirmations have been confirmed and there's a certain amount of blocks, I forgot how many, I can go back and check out execute. So after all the voting's done, I can execute some of these claims. So there are 2 right now to claim 6. So I think this is the one that we just proposed and voted on. So this is passed. Now we can execute and actually claim our 6 tokens. So execute. Confirm. And we should get another transaction hash. I'll copy this. And we can check the execute function here. And what this does is it calls the populate transaction execute, and it passes in the address of the token, the amount in ETH, the call data, and the description hash. That creates the data, we sign it, and then we do the MetaMask to broadcast, and we get back the transaction hash. Now that it's good, we can go back to the UI and go to has claimed, is false, which means I have not claimed it. So now we can actually claim our tokens and get the 6. So if we go back, let's double check our balance. 50003. Let's call the final function to claim and get 6. So this should change from 3 to 9. So let's do that. Claim and claim 6. Confirm. Get back a transaction hash. And the claim function is right here. If you go claim fish, it calls the claim function and it passes in all of this information for MetaMask to sign and broadcast. And we're going to give this a few more seconds to confirm. Now that it's confirmed, if we go to tokens transferred, we can see that 6 fish has been transferred to this address, DD4, which is my address. So if I go back and check my balance, the value now has changed to 9. And that's how it works on a high level. Next step is to make this a bit more user-friendly and make it nicer looking. Thanks.